I got my start in the industry in kind of an interesting way. I never intended to be in this industry, but I put myself through school, through college, working in hotels. I was destined to be a geologist and nearly have my master's degree in geology. But I was working in hotels each semester, and when I graduated geologists, there were a lot of geologists. So geologists were making about what I was making in the hotel business, so I thought, well, I'll stay with what I know and continue on, always thinking I would go to the profession.
Steve is a Texas boy, grew up in Grand Prairie, or as he puts 4 more syllables in when he says it. Just worked his way up and has not only been successful in his career in sales and marketing, but also has been very successful in giving back to the industry and as the president of MPI, involved with leadership and other roles in the industry. And so he's been kind of a real role model.
It's difficult to describe him in one word. There's so many words that come to mind. I think of him as dedicated, committed, and larger than life. His personality is larger than life.
I think there are people in our business or any business that can go in and out of a job and you hardly will know they were ever there, or even in a leadership position. They just sort of babysit the spot. And that is just not Steve. Everything Steve has done in a job or in any leadership position, he has left an imprint on it. And he's gone in to make a difference and not to just make sure that his name stayed on a list of having served somewhere. He really intends to leave it a little bit better than how he started it.
Even when you were at the beginning levels of your career, if you enjoyed people, working with people, then they're going to bring you a different situation every day. And I think that helps you to be a very well-rounded person, a very versatile person, and it's something that I really like, and that there is not a grind. It seems different and challenging in a different way every day.
Through his early presidency of Meeting Professionals International, followed by his presidency of the Site Foundation, he has done a lot for meetings and for incentives and has made a lasting contribution.
He always makes everybody around him feel very comfortable regardless of their station or position, and he's just a real warm human person.
Steve's ability to mentor people is so admirable. He really cares. He's a personable individual, and he really cares about people personally and professionally. So I would say it's mentoring.
What has really kept me interested and energized in this career is being able to help others get to promotions, move on to director, vice president, senior vice president. And when you've had a long career, as I have, you've worked with a lot of people. And I can look back and see those people that are doing very well today. Actually, in one case, one of those persons I actually ended up working for. So I think that's the contribution that kind of makes this all go around and makes it all worthwhile.
First of all, in the meetings industry, the hotel industry, the incentive industry, he covers the whole umbrella.
You have to think about our industry as a series of contributions. Steve's contributed through his entire career. He was one of the early innovators in technology and using it in conjunction with sales. And I think that he's, from probably a lasting perspective, he's been able to tie together the use of technology and the different ways to do business with always keeping in mind that this is a relationship business and you have to maintain and nurture the relationships to really make sure that it works in this industry. And so he's married the two very well, and I hope that will be lasting all through many generations of our industry.
Technology has impacted the business a great deal, and you can do so much more in so much lesser time. And I think that will continue. So what does that look like? I think our business is going to be much more about distribution than the individual relationship. So I think people are first going to be looking at things in a big funnel, and then it finally gets down to the narrow part of the funnel, and then relationships are going to count. So I'm not throwing relationships away. I'm just saying that I think distribution is coming into the meetings and convention industry more than it has in the past and will continue to.
You look at him as a person. He and Sandra, 25 plus years married, very committed to his son and his grandson, and very much family. And in this industry, that's really hard to have, is balance. And I think that, Steve's a great role model for someone that can have balance, have a successful career, and yet have a personal life and friends.
Having friends around the world and being part really of a global community, which I believe that I am, that's the enriching experience that has been, and this is my family.
With his contributions to MPI, PCMA, the Convention Industry Council, I just believe that he's contributed so much, and I can't think of anybody that has been inducted in the past years more deserving than Steve.
In life, the way that I would like to be remembered is someone who was a good person, and someone who shared, and someone who wanted to share the opportunities with those around him. And I want to be remembered as someone who took the knowledge that I had developed and provided that to others in order that they could grow as well.
He's been a very successful entrepreneur, a very successful businessman, and he does have a strong philosophy of giving back. And so providing leadership to the organizations that he's headed has been meaningful and important to him.
Steve really does deserve to be inducted into this Hall of Leaders. To me, he personifies what leadership is about. He has all of the leadership skills, the strengths, the personality, the history, everything that says leadership, I think says Steve. Frankly, I think if his name is not among the Hall of Leaders, it just doesn't give credibility to the whole Hall of Leaders. He takes it to another level by just his mere presence and being on it.
This award is acknowledging all of that, and I am very humbled by it, and it is an award that I will always cherish and always talk about. Don't want to be obnoxious about it, but I'm just very, very excited, and it's great to be recognized by your peers, not only within your closest industry, but in the broad sense of the industry as well. Very exciting.